Hello and welcome to course design. This method that I'm going to show you right now is called I call it the squiggly line method. And all it means is that I just take a path and I draw a line. Wee, yay, whoa, whoa, boom. So I got a line on there. Then all I do is I take my obstacles and I'm going to hit the repeat button so I can create a bunch of them. One, two, no, 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 no. Okay. So now I'm just going to start putting some obstacles on here. And I'm going to go around to the left. So let's take one here. And maybe we'll take this one here. Then we're coming back around and we go out here. So let's bring one out here. Now we come in here. We came out. Came back around. I don't have a tunnel on here yet, so let's grab a tunnel. In Clean Run Course Designer, I like to use easy to learn with two bendable sections. We're going to use a 15-foot tunnel. I like the two bendable sections because I can just literally drag it where I want it. So the dog is coming from this direction and they're going to exit that way. Let's get another jump here. And we kind of have a course here. So now we put some numbers on it. Light circles. I'm going to do the repeat obstacles so I don't have to keep clicking again and again. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and we'll put one here, 14. So we'll come over here and grab another jump for our finish. And we can, to get it up, I set around 15 to 20 obstacles, so I can add something else up in here to make it more interesting or just to add another obstacle. But for now, we're just going to delete this path because we have it numbered and we know where we're going. Boom. Now, if we look at this, these are 10-foot grids. You can see that this is kind of tight in here just by visually looking at it. You can see that as the dog comes around this way, this is a really hard off-course option. So what I do is I take the dog path option, connect to the numbers, one per obstacle. I want the lengths shown on the path for every obstacle. And I just click OK. So here we have our path lengths. So yep, just as we suspected, this is only 14 feet here. This is 19 because they're throwing the dog out that direction. So we're going to adjust things from here. We have extra space over here. So what we can do is take this whole section and move it over. And that gives me room to really expand out this pinwheel. Maybe I'll move that down there a little bit. Now down here on the beginning, you want to make sure that your dog has enough room to set up. They're not too close to the ring barrier. Okay, that's a little better. We're looking at around 18 to 21 feet. You can see that this is 28. So now I can maneuver that a bit. 18 feet, so that increased that for us. We have room up here, so we can take this entire section, move it up. Gives us 20 feet, so we can kind of move this out here some. Move that. We can move this out here, and so you can see that the path changes as we move obstacles if we have the numbers end up on the wrong side. "12 feet is way too short, so we're just going to move it around that way. But 13 feet is still pretty short, right? So we're just going to take this and reposition it. Maybe we're going to go like that. And then we can move this out here some. Move that out here. Still got 19 here. This is about 17 feet. Got plenty of landing room. So you can see that now, except for this little area right here, what can we do to fix this? We move it there. We've got 18. We can move it this way some. And you can see that you just play with the obstacles until you get roughly the distances that you want. So now we look at it individually. This is roughly the plan that we had originally, and we're going to see how the dog runs it for practicality. So you want to see where the handler's going to stand, what the projected dog path is. So we know a dog's not going to run like that. So you can kind of see how, by manipulating these handles, how dogs will run. Now we know that if they're jumping like that, they might land a little bit longer. So you can manipulate the dog's path to something that resembles reality. Sometimes this program makes turns like this one. There's not a dog out there that's going to do that, right? They're going to want to run more like this. A more straight approach to this jump. And then they're not going to make that little turn at the end. They're actually going to come probably, again, that straight jump. Don't know where the handler's going to be, but you have to kind of project that path. And they're probably going to come this way. So dogs generally go in straight lines, so they weren't going to make that little weird zigzag that the Clean Run course designer had put on the map. So now we look at this. We have options here. Come back around, we have an option here. Now a quick way to check and see if this is too close, because you want to give them some room to actually be successful. So I can take this number and put it here, and you can see it's 15 feet. So that's probably close for most big dog venues. So to fix that, I can kind of move that over here. That makes that really long. So I can reposition that. And so you see how things have to change on the rest of the course. So you just have to finesse this whole path to get a course that you're happy with. So when they go from 1 to 2, this is an off-course option. Come around, again, this is an off-course option. 17 feet, that's enough for them to get their dog and direct them where they want to go. Again, the dog's line is probably going to be straighter. Might move this up some so that I can move this over here. So by sliding this jump in, I'm shortening this distance a little bit and increasing this distance. So I can now come over here with this, and that allows me to bring this jump back some. But again, I have to be careful that the handler has an opportunity to really work their dog properly. So then we have a turn here. Now you could make this look more like an off-course option, but you have to be very careful because of the distance where the dog's finishing. So we come around. So for here, that's a good distance. 19 feet, that's not too bad. I might make the path a little nicer. Now we said that we only had 14 obstacles, so this is a place where we could possibly get another obstacle. So what if we move this tunnel over here in this corner? Oops. Right there. So now you can see that's really close. So we can move it down here. And we're just finessing the obstacles. Again, make sure you've got sufficient distance between this obstacle and the wall. I could drop that down some. I could move that handle out here. That gives me 16 feet. Going into a tunnel, that's not too bad. So now I have all this distance where I can put something else. I could put more jumps. So I could do that. That might enable me to make that a little nicer line. So you can see that we would move these obstacle numbers, 13, 14, and we'll add one more, and that would get us 15. So we have 17 feet. Shift that out here. That makes this a little bit nicer of a turn for the dogs. Straight shot down into the finish. So if you've got that straight shot, make sure you have enough room down here. And that is roughly a course. Now, is this the appropriate challenge for the level? Are there enough side changes? Are there enough wrong course options? Those are all discussions for a different video.